Please bow your heads for opening prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you, Lord, for bringing us here today and for allowing our class to make it to this point. I pray that you will be with the speaker today and may his words be a blessing to us. We love you and hope to be with you soon in your most holy, gracious name. Amen.
I would like to welcome you all to tonight's service. Thank you all for coming, and I hope you gain a blessing from tonight's program.
Scripture reading for today is found in 2 Corinthians 3:18. And as the Spirit of the Lord works within us, we learn and become more and more like Him.
Spirit of God, descend upon my heart. Wean it from earth to joys that dwell above. Live free from weakness, mighty as thou art. Teach me to love thee as I ought to love. Passing ecstasies, no ceaseless dwelling in this vale of clay. Just send thine angel thoughts through opening skies, and take the dimness of my soul away. Teach me to fear that thou art always nigh. Teach me the struggles of the day to bear, to check the rising doubt, the rebel sigh. Teach me the patience of unceasing prayer. Passing ecstasies, no ceaseless dwelling in this vale of clay. Just send thine angel thoughts through opening skies, and take the dimness of my soul away. Take the dimness of my soul away.
Tonight's address will be brought to us by one who is a father for many of us. He was the boys' dean for 4 years. He and his wife, Karen, brought love to the dorms along with hot banana bread and an open door. He never turned one away and knew each of us as a son. Everyone, please welcome Bob Poland.
Let me do this for a second. There. Now I'll be able to look at you guys so I don't have to look out here. I'd rather look at my sons than my son's family. So I'll bet you guys can't wait till tomorrow, can you? Why? Because they get better looking every day. Please. Oh, Valerie, I want to thank you for inviting me. If anybody else would have called, I would have probably said no. And I had thought about this a year ago. What if somebody calls and says, Dean Bob, will you speak? My first answer was no. And then I thought that wasn't fair. I thought, I will speak if Valerie calls me. And she's the only one that called. And I take it that somebody wanted me here besides Valerie. So I thank you for that. I thank you, class, for asking me to come. And I'd like to say hello again to all the parents out here and all the families of that. And it's good to see you all again. You know, 4 years ago, I think that's about the time that it was, that I thought I'd be experiencing the worst thing that could happen to a dean. I was driving to Pittsburgh to visit one of my boys in the hospital. And Karen and I were praying on the way. And there was a possibility that I would never get to see this young man again. But praise the Lord, Ralph Cook, you've made it through. And he's got a long way to go yet, but graduation is one big thing that he has accomplished. And I thank the Lord for that, Ralph, just for you. I know the Lord's got something really special for you coming up, so keep that smile on your face. I also want to take a minute to remember there's 4 of our students that I had, and 3 of them have already been to Iraq or Afghanistan. The other one, Daniel Shobe, he just got out of boot camp, and he'll be going, from what I understand, within the next year. I want Sam Santos, Ed Lindsley, and Andrew Chung. Now, I don't know how many of you guys, I think you remember them, right? You remember Andrew? Well, last night he was on television with the Lima Company group on their special that they made on the Lima Company because they took the hardest hit in Iraq. They lost 16 members. And I pray every day for these guys that the Lord keeps their heads down and their eyes up, because losing 16 members like Andrew did, there's got to be a trauma in his mind that's going on right now. So keep these boys in mind, and keep all the veterans that we've had on this Memorial Day, because each one of them's doing it for us. So keep that in mind. If I could I have a short prayer just to get started for the Vespers talk? Father in heaven, I ask you to please send your Holy Spirit into this building tonight, that each one of these graduates, each one of the people here has an ear for you. We love you, and we ask for a blessing. And in your name I pray, amen. I want to tell you a story tonight that a friend of mine sent over the internet to me. This is a story about a man named Charles Plum. He was a U.S. Navy pilot that flew jets during the Vietnam War. And after 75 combat missions, his plane was destroyed by a surface-to-air missile. Plum had to eject and parachute out into enemy territory where he was captured and spent 6 years in a communist Vietnamese prison camp. You've only had to be here 4 years. Now, I didn't mean that as a prison camp. I mean, you can compare the time-wise, is what I'm looking at. It says he survived this ordeal, and now he's lecturing on the tour of all the different experiences that he had from that, well, terrible experience. And then one day, he and his wife was sitting in a restaurant, and a man at another table came up and said, "Your name's Plum. You flew fighter jets off the carrier Kitty Hawk in Vietnam. You were shot down." "How in the world did you know that?" Plum asked. He says, "I packed your parachute." He said, "I see it worked," and was shaking his hand, and Plum was very happy. He said, "If it didn't work, I wouldn't be here today." Thing is, Plum couldn't sleep that night. He kept wondering what that man looked like in a sailor suit, white hat, a bib shirt with the bib on the back, and bell-bottom trousers. Said he wondered how many times that I might have seen him and not even said good morning, how are you, or anything. Because you see, I was a fighter pilot. And fighter pilots at that time were the top of the class. They didn't have to associate with the sailors. Plum thought how many hours that sailor had spent at a long wooden table in the bowels of that ship, carefully weaving the shrouds, the lines, and folding the silks of each chute, holding in his hands each time the fate of someone he didn't know. Trust God, trust others, and trust yourself. That's a fitting aim for this class. Who's packing your parachute? Everyone has someone who provides what they need to make it through the day. There are many types of parachutes needed: mental, emotional, even spiritual. Some days, all of them are needed. Tonight, you're thanking just a few of those who packed your parachutes to make it this far through high school and to graduation. You're talking to parents, teachers, and special friends. I commend you for that. There's just one person that I challenge you to seek out to pack your parachute for the rest of your life. Don't be satisfied with angels. Don't be content with stars in the sky. Seek him out as the shepherds did. Long for him as Simeon did. Worship him as the wise men did. Do as John and Andrew did. Ask for his address. And do as Matthew. Invite Jesus into your house. Imitate Zacchaeus. Risk whatever it takes to see Christ. God rewards those who seek him, not those who seek doctrine or religion or systems or creeds. Many settle for these lesser passions, but the reward goes to those who settle for nothing less than Jesus himself. And what is the reward if we have Jesus pack our parachute? The heart of Jesus. And as our scripture reading is, and as the Spirit of the Lord works within us, we become more and more like him. That's my prayer for you guys tonight, because I love you all and hope to see you many, many times. Thanks for packing my parachute while I was here. I really enjoyed it. Thank you a lot.
Thanks, Dean Bob, for coming out here and speaking tonight. And I think we all as seniors, we do accept your challenge of having Jesus Christ as packing our parachute every day of our lives. Thank you.
Well, parent tribute. It's probably one of the hardest things to do. Mom and Dad, the time has arrived for me to branch out a little more, to find myself and what I want to become. I don't know all the words to say, but I'm going to start with thank you. Thank you for all of your hard work, stress, love, and money just to put me through Mount Vernon Academy. I know that you have sacrificed a lot for me, and I greatly appreciate what you have done for me. Mom, thanks for taking time to come to my basketball games, for coming and doing my hair for all the banquets, and for just coming up on weekends to hang out. You being there meant a lot to me. Dad, thanks for coming to my softball game. That really meant a lot. And senior recognition and making time to come to what was important to me. It meant a lot to me. I want you guys to know that I will always love you, and that because of all your support, you have cleared a path for me that will lead to success. Without you guys, I would never have made it this far. Nana and Pop-Pop, I am so thankful that you guys could make it here to my graduation. I miss you guys so much, and I love you twice as much. I will never forget all that you have done for me. I want you to know that I'm very much in debt for all the love and support you have both shown to me. Nana, you have been an awesome example of Jesus to me. With all of your sacrifices and your servant and sacrifices for me. My goal in life is to be like you, and of course, like Jesus. Thank you for always supporting me. Grandma and Grandpa, thank you for coming out here to see me graduate. Your support means the world to me, too. I'm glad that I will be living closer to you guys next year when I go out to Lincoln. I hope that we can become closer. And I know there is a lot I can learn from you. I appreciate all that you have done for me, especially for your prayers and love that were always needed. Brianna, Kyle, and Josh, you are the best siblings I could ever have wished for, even through all the hard times. Thank you so much for all the good times we have had. Brianna, thank you for being yourself. You're a great big sis, and I love hanging out with you. Kyle, you make a great twin. I will miss you next year. Words of wisdom, never give up. Even when life gets tough, keep on until you have succeeded. I know that you will become great at whatever you decide to do. Thanks for always being there for me and doing things for me, like carrying my stuff up to my dorm room. Josh, well, since I will be seeing you next year at college, I guess I don't have to say much to you. Well, maybe I should. Thanks for being a great older brother. I can't wait to spend more time with you. Well, that's all I can think of. And to my entire family of aunts and uncles, I love you guys, and thanks for being there, for coming to support me today. And thanks for all the money. Okay, well, she wasn't supposed to start crying, so now I'm crying. Well, first of all, I just thought of this. I want to say, Mom, I'm very proud of you for writing that book. I think you're such a strong woman for publishing yourself and everything. I'm proud of you. I know I never told you yet, so I thought I could up here in front of a bunch of people and tell you. So, okay. Hold on. Okay, I'm just gonna try to read this. Okay, hey Mamika, how's it going? Great, okay. I have no idea what to say, but I guess I do because I'm starting to say stuff. If I'm stuttering, I'm sorry. I have to collect a lot of courage to speak normally in front of, all these people. Okay, well, first thing I have to say is I wish Dad was here. I miss him. But you have taken care of me so well, and thank you so much. I guess I never really thought much about him not being here at my graduation until now. Once finally here, you realize things you wouldn't before. I miss him and wonder how things would be different. I hope that he would have been proud of me, but I thank God every day that you're here and I can say, hey, look, I made it, because I guess I did. I know that sometimes we don't get along, but after things change and we spent more time together, I've seen us grow a lot closer. We actually have conversations, discussions about things. Of course, maybe this has something to do with me gaining a couple years of my age. But if you weren't here, I don't know what I'd do. I would have this same life I'm thankful for. I wouldn't have this same life I'm thankful for. Thank you so much for helping me through school and life. I love you. And then also I want to say to my friends here at MVA, I couldn't have done it without you guys. You're like my family. I love you all. But thank you so much, Mom, for sending me here and giving me everything, and I love you. Yeah.
I think my classmates know me very well. Oh, thanks, Dean Bob. Okay. Stop it. Okay. Oh, they're rushing me. Okay. Mom. Can you believe it? I'm graduating. Okay. The moment you couldn't wait for. I guess I can first say that I want to thank you for believing in me. And being there for me. I know I've not always been the best daughter. It's not funny. And giving you a lot of stress. But what child doesn't? You are indeed the best mom in the world. You always tell me to be patient, and good things come to those who wait. And that is true. I realized that if I had gotten everything that I wanted, I would probably not be the person I am today. Sometimes you told me, some things that you told me to wait for, I really didn't understand, and I thought you were doing it to be mean, but you were just looking out for me. I'm glad that we have grown closer to each other now that I'm older. I know that without you, I wouldn't have made it through all the hard times that I've gone through. You are definitely a 1 in a million lady, and I love you with all my heart. Mom, just think, even though I'm 18 and I say I'm grown, I'll never stop wanting the love and support from you. So you have many more years of being my mommy. It will never end. I have made you proud so far by turning over this new leaf and graduating. I promise you that I will continue to make you proud. One thing that I love and will always remember about you is that you never quit no matter what. You always keep going, even though you were hurting. I hope I learn to be like you and deal with certain things that you do. And I'll always remember not to ever let them see me sweat. I love you, Mom. Today, Jamie, I know that we haven't been really close, but now I see that you are the best stepdad in the world, and I'm glad that I got you before anyone else did. You have taught me to always try something once before you give up, so I take that everywhere I go. At first, I didn't think I needed a father in my life because I just wanted my mom. But really, you do miss something without having a dad. Thank you for being mine. It doesn't matter what it is, you can always make me smile. The one thing that I love the most about you is that it doesn't matter how old you get, you will always be young at heart. I love you, Dad, Jamie. Okay, I need some more tissue. Okay, thanks. Okay. Now to my second parents. Mr. and Miss Daniels. Without you, school year, I don't know what I would have done. You two took me into your house, and you introduced me to everyone as your daughter, and that means a lot. I know that when I go on and need support or anything, all I have to do is call you guys. I love you with all my heart. Dad, I'll miss all the good pound cakes and those father-daughter talks. I'm sure I'm going to be coming to you with more of those. To Mom, we have gone through a lot of disagreements, but like everyone says, it is only because we are like sisters more than anything, and we are just alike. I love you a lot, and I know that I can come to you with any problem. I'm glad that I have you guys in my life. I just hope that you will be okay without me being here to watch Rachel away with you, Mom, into your toes. Okay, this one's hard. To my stink. Lauren, where are you? Hi, stink. I will miss you. More than these words can say. You are my heart, and I'll always be my little sister. I want you to know that when you get older, I will always be here for you, and I love you so much. I know that you won't forget me. I won't let that happen. I will really miss you, and if we ever disagree, which we will, just know that I love you, and that our argument won't last long at all. I love you, Stink. And to my grandparents, thank you for always being there for me. Even though my grandma's not here, I know my grandpa will always be wherever. Anytime I need anything, I can always call him. I love you, Granddaddy. And I love my homies. Hi, homies. Thank you.
I have a lot to say, so I can't cry. Okay. First, I would like to thank my Heavenly Father. He has always been my provider and the one who made sure I was taken care of. I thank him for the parents he gave me. He has continuously guided me. I thank him most of all for carrying all my burdens that I have had here at MVA because I could not have handled it on my own. Okay, to my mom. You are the one who gives and gives and gives and doesn't expect a thing in return. You have been my best friend through it all. You were always just a phone call away, and whenever I needed just one thing, you were on your way to see me at school. You have made sure that I have had everything that I needed. I love you so much, Mom, and words couldn't express that enough. If I could, I would stand up here for hours and hours and brag about all the great things you do. Thank you for being the person I can talk to about anything. You deserve all the blessings in the world. I hope that I can grow to be half the woman that you are. And for the record, I wouldn't trade you in for anybody. I love you, Mommy. Okay, to my daddy. Thank you for everything you have taught me about life. You have always been behind me and supported my decisions, even when you didn't agree with them. You have guided me and warned me about the future difficulties of life. I am going to miss all the times that we lay around and watch TV together, like the real world. Thank you, Daddy, for making sure that I always have what I need. And thank you for involving me as a child in sports and being at every game. Thanks for teaching and coaching me in life. And most of all, thanks for letting me be the baby girl of the family, even though I'm your oldest girl. I love you very much. To Dr. Reed, thank you for doing whatever it takes to make things work. You have taught me so much about what is important in life. I see Christ in you. I know he lives in you. You are a great man who I truly admire. I thank you and love you so much for all you have done for the family, and you have the biggest head. To Kelly, thank you for all the time you have put into us kids. You always make a way for the family. I have really enjoyed the time we have spent together chatting about anything and everything. There is never a dull moment when we hang out. You have also taught me a lot about what is important in life. Thank you for always helping me make the right decisions when I have problems. I love you and thank you for everything. Okay, to my siblings, Aaron, Max, Emily, Mickey, Nicole, Cassie, Nathaniel, and Natalie. You all make life worth living. You all have a special place in my heart. Each and every one of you brings a smile to my face every time I see you. Emily, be good when I'm gone. I have people watching you. I am also going to miss playing sports with you. And believe it or not, I'll miss doing all your laundry and taking care of you. Cassie, Natalie, and Nathaniel, I will miss playing with all of you. You three have such a special place in my heart, and I thank God every day for giving me the joy of being your big sister and taking care of you whenever possible. I love you very much. To my grandparents, Mammy, Pappy, Grandma Miriam, and Grandpa Joe, Grandma and Grandpa Shepherd, thank you for all of your love and support over the years. I love you all very much, and you mean the world to me. You all are the best, and I don't know what I would do without you. And to the Schaefers, the Suttons, the Daniels, Mrs. Haldeman, Mr. Bellchambers, Mrs. Tabor, and the Erskine family. You all aren't my parents, but you all have made me feel special, and you have made sure that I've kept on track while I was here. Thank you all for everything. I pray you are all blessed for the time and effort you have put into helping me have a great 4 years at MVA. I'll miss all of you. And to Mr. Feldman and Mr. Crawford, I have missed you, and thank you for helping me for my two first years of high school. That was easy.
Okay, I want to thank my grandparents for coming out from St. Louis, and I'm really happy you all are here. And I want to thank you for being there for the first, I don't know how many years of my life, and always having homemade cookies, Grandma and Grandpa always telling me really cool stories. So I want to thank you guys for that. Brianna, even though you swear you're not going to miss me, I know you will. And be good while I'm gone. Okay. All right. Okay. Trying to see the page. Mom and Dad, these past 4 years have gone so fast. The first thing I want to thank you for is teaching me that a relationship with God is the most important thing. God has helped me through so much these past 18 years. He's been a source of strength. He was and still is there when no one else is. Okay. Mom, the older I get, the more like you I become. It's really scary. Regardless, I want to thank you all for all the invaluable lessons you have taught me. Patience, trust, responsibility, honesty, and so many more. Thank you for sacrificing so much to give me a good Christian education. You have worked so hard all these years. I know that the long hours have been hard on all of us, but it has given me something to treasure for the rest of my life. It's irreplaceable. I'm going to especially miss the long talks, going shopping, the fashion advice, the fighting over who will get that shirt that we both want. Don't worry about me too much next year. I'll be okay. And I promise I'll call home for money often. Dad, well, your little girl is all grown up now, and you're gonna have to accept the fact that I'm bound to start liking boys sometime soon. I know it's hard to believe that I'm leaving. I can barely believe it myself. I'm gonna miss you a lot next year, but I know that you will just be a phone call away. Thank you for all the time and sacrifices you have made. I know it hasn't been easy for you to be away from home so much. To both of you, I know it hasn't been easy to let me grow up, but you have done such a good job of it, slowly giving me more independence and letting me make my own decisions, even though you knew they weren't the best. Thank you for letting me learn some of the lessons I needed to learn on my own. I also want to thank you both for always being there. You always push me to do better than my best. I want to thank you for that. It will be hard to leave you and go to college that seems a zillion miles away, but I love you both so much. Thank you for everything.
All right. To my wonderful parents, I just want to thank you for all the things you've done for me. I really do appreciate everything, and I won't take it for granted. You guys work so hard every day so you can give me and my brother a childhood that we can look back upon and smile. Mommy, you helped me through a lot of things in my life, and you always gave me advice to always look toward God for help all the time. All the Bible stories and lessons you taught me, I will never forget. Papa, I appreciate you keeping my head screwed on straight. You taught me to take care of my responsibilities as an adult, and you also taught me to help others when they need it. You guys may not think I'm listening half the time, but I am. I'm always trying to make you guys proud. If it wasn't for you two, I wouldn't be who I am today. I love you guys.
Well, since my parents aren't here, I'm going to make this short and sweet. They're stuck in the storm. To my sister, Joylene, ugona muchikoro, newewe Jenny. Murambe muchingoita zvakanaka nekuti tinomuziva usacheme. All right? Okay, in English. To the Twomleys, you guys have been really good to me past 4 years, even though sometimes I don't show it. I'm really going to miss you. And to the Daniels, thank you for everything you guys have done for me. And Mrs. Schaefer. I love you, and I'm going to miss you. And, okay.
Mom, I just want to thank you for all that you have done for me. I appreciate everything, and I really want to thank you for sending me to Mount Vernon all these years and providing me with a Christian education. Even though you didn't have to, you did it anyways. And I'm very thankful for everything. And I just wanted to say from the bottom of my heart that I really love you. Even though you couldn't make it tonight, I really do care a lot for you. And I just want to thank the rest of my family for all their support and everything, and my grandparents, and Dean Joe and Dean Sheila. I just want to say I will really miss you guys, and I will never be able to forget you. And I thank you for all of your support that you've given to me over these past 4 years. I love you all.
to Mom and Dad. There's so much that you do for me that I wouldn't even know where to start, so I won't. You both have given me a great life and everything I have ever needed. You've both been the best mentors and parents a guy could ask for. There's never been a time in my life when I was truly unhappy, and I give you both all the credit for that. To Amy and Erica, so many beatings from you two, man. I'm surprised I don't have brain damage. Maybe I do, I don't know. No, seriously though, you both have been great sisters. You've always given great advice, especially when it came to girls. Thank you so much for teaching me what you have. To Grandma and Grandpa, you've always been there when I was growing up. Grandma always doing Pathfinder honors with me and sneaking me food. And Grandpa, I would always remember you giving me the knowledge about equipment and mechanics. The two of you have been great teachers to me. To Nana and Pop-Pop, thank you for everything that you've done for me in my life. It was always great going up to the big blue house and having all of our family dinners and Thanksgivings and Christmases there. We've missed you since you've moved. Thank you for everything. To Dean Bob and Miss Karen, we love you guys. I remember you were great parents the first 2 years I was here, and I know that my parents greatly appreciated you being there for me as well. To Dean Dixon and Miss Dixon, Dean Dixon, I know you're the tough guy, but I got a box of Trifews here for you. It's been fun being an RA for you, Dean Dixon, and I've had a great year. Thank you, Mom Dixon, for everything that you've done for us, for bringing us food and hooking us on really weird foods. Thank you so much, and Dean Dixon, I know you don't like this, but I love you. I love each and every one of you, and I wouldn't give any of you up for the world. Thanks.
Love you too, Mommy.
Wow, being up here, okay. All right, just want to say hi to my family. I don't think they're here right now because of the storm, but hey, Talia, wherever you're at. All right, I know some of you thought in my family that this day probably wouldn't have came just because of the past couple of years been kind of hard, but I just want to start out how special my mom is. I just wanted to thank you for always telling me that I was special and that, God had a plan for me. And it was actually you who made me realize that the most, Mom, and I just wanted to thank you for that so much. And wherever you are, I just wanted to tell you that I do love you, and one day, we'll get it. To Talia, the most interesting sister, you've been a lot of fun, I gotta admit. You've always made me laugh and, just cheered me up and protected me from Marnisha. And I just wanted to tell you that I love you too. Arnisha, I know that she's not here right now, but how much I've ever told you that, I loved you, I do. I've always said that, I like Talia more, but, I don't. I love you both the same. And I'm just proud of you both, and I just can't believe that I'm up here. And to my dad, I know you're not here right now, but even though you're not in this place, you're in my heart, and I do love you too, Dad. And to my grandmother, you've helped me so much, and there's no words that I can say that for how much you've done for me in the past few years. And there's secondary family I'd like to thank, Miss Edwards. Thank you for being my mother when my mother wasn't there, and you've taught me a lot, and I'm so thankful that you helped me get back and forth from MVA and getting me to the school. And I see you over there tearing up, but it's okay. I love you. And to anyone else that I'm forgetting, Dean Bob and Karen, I just want to tell you that I'm thankful for you guys too. You guys helped me through my MVA years and through the years that I haven't even been here. And love you guys.
Okay, I just want to let everybody know I have a backup. I have Ashley, so if I can't talk, I'm actually going to start for the people who aren't in my family first. I'd like to say something to the Daniels, because I've known them for a really long time. Mrs. Daniels taught me when I was in 5th and 6th grade, and I just want to say that I love you guys so much. To Mr. and Mrs. Soper, I've known you guys for 3 years, and I just love you guys so much. Okay, my dad. I remember when I was little, and actually still to this day, whenever I get hurt, and I would start to cry or start to complain, my dad would always come over and check on me because he's a paramedic, and he would ask me, where does it hurt? And I would tell him, he's like, can you move it? Like what's wrong, are you bleeding? And if I'd say no, or he's like, get up, you ain't hurt. But seriously, when I go to college, I will miss you. I will miss staying up to ungodly hours, doing puzzles and just talking, trying to finish a puzzle in one day. I remember laughing around the campfire with all of my family in a Yellowstone Park and a glacier when the tree attacked Pawpaw in 5 minutes, 3 times. That was kind of funny. I will miss our movie nights, watching all 3 of the Lord of the Rings in one night, playing video games with me when no one else would. I just want to say I love you. And I know, Dad, only 4 more years. That's all you have to pay. Dad and Mom, I just love you guys so much. And Mom, I remember the last time you gave me a spanking. Wait a minute, that was last week. So, I remember when I didn't bring home the invitations for graduation. And so, I just love those 45-minute to hour-long lectures that you give me. And even though you don't think I'm listening, I really am. And I remember our late-night talks and our late-night cook fests. And I'll miss that the most. You've always been there for me. I know you always will be. I just wanted to say I love you very much, and you still are a small fry, and you don't scare me. To Christopher and Michael, my cousins, the big brothers I never had, I love you guys so much. Uncle Chris, thanks for taking my graduation pictures for free. That was nice. And you guys mean so much to me. And Papa, I love you so much. And I'm gonna miss you when I go to college. Just remember, phone call away, 16 hours. My brother, Josh. You are my baby brother. No matter how much you hate for me to say it, I love you. And you are my heart and soul. There's one last thing. I was looking through Samantha Edwards' poems the other day, and I saw this one. And I asked her, can I read this for my parent tribute? And being the best friend that she is, she said yes. And I later found out she was going to read it for her parent tribute. And so I'm dedicating this to Samantha Edwards' family and her mom, Kathleen, and my family. It's called You Always Believe in Me. You've seen me at my happiest, and you've laughed with me. You've seen me at my lowest, and you've cried with me. You've seen me push all love away, and you prayed for me. You always believe in me. When I need you, I can call you anytime, and you're always there. You know me so well that I only have to look at you, and you know just how I feel. And you cry for me when I have no tears left. You always believe in me. I I could spend my whole life and never show you how much you mean to me and how much I appreciate you. You guys are my best friends. And I love you more than words can ever portray because you always believe in me and you always will.
I think so. All right, this is to my parents, of course. It's been a wonderful 3 years at Mount Vernon Academy, and I can't think of anyone more than my parents, grandparents, and God for having faith in me. They were always there, still giving me advice to keep holding on and trying. Thank you. Thanks to my grandfather to always preach to me, and then my grandmother to always soften me up. Thanks to my stepfather to motivate me with laughter and funny little songs. Remember the Explorer. And to my mother for laying down a solid law. All four of these people have been instrumental in my success, and I thank them with all my heart. Thanks for motivating me biblically, Papa. Thanks for your happy attitude, Grandma. Thanks for all the laughter and smiling, Stacy. Thanks for the support that you had, Mom. I love you all so much, and I'm permanently indebted to you. I also want to say thank you to some other people, to Dean Dixon for being very strong-willed and making sure I never beat him in wrestling, to his wife for always forcing me to sing louder, to Mr. Giles for being a wonderful man, his wife, Mrs. Reeves, and Maddie's grandmother, of course. Also, I'd like to thank some other people. They've been very wonderful in my life, and I'm glad to have them in my life. And one last person, she's very important to me, and I love her so much. But I love you all, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Okay. I didn't make it to my brand tribute. It's awful. Okay. All right. First, I would like to thank all my surrogate parents, the Daniels and the Shavers. Oh my God. Because you guys, and the Strunks, and the Cunninghams, because you guys have helped me so much this year and all 4 years. Just making sure I get up in the morning, making sure I have food, making sure I get to work, making sure I'm doing all the things that I should be doing, even though I don't. Thank you so much for praying for me and for opening your homes to me and for letting me be your child. You mean so much to me. Okay. I want to thank all of my friends and all of my classmates because I love you so much and you mean the world to me and you've all touched me so much and I love you. All right, for my mom. I'm not even going to bother reading because I'm not going to get through it. I love you so much, and you've done so much for me, especially in these past 4 years. You've been my mother and my father, and you've worked so hard so that I can have everything that I need, and I appreciate you so much, and I am so proud of you for everything that you've done for me, and I love you. Okay, now I'm going to try and read, see if I can get through it. I love you more than words could ever express. But I know you know. Never think that all the nice things you do for me don't go unnoticed. Like the little cards that come at just the right time. Or
the fine care packages with tons of chocolate and coffee. Or even the surprise visits that make my whole week. You've always worked so hard to do the best for me. And I know that God has blessed me with the greatest mother anyone could ask for. I want you to know that you're my best friend. And even though I mess up sometimes, I could never have made it here without all your love and support. Thank you so much for all you do for me. And even though my father couldn't be here tonight, I wanted to say thank you for him, for giving me life. Okay.
Okay. Mommy and Dad, I'm finally graduating. I want to tell both of you thank you for being there for me. Mommy, I remember when we would have our arguments. Both of us would be extremely angry, but we always worked it out in the end. You always managed to get what I needed, even if you didn't have enough money. Sophomore year, you came up almost every month to make sure I was fine. Junior and senior year, I rarely saw any of you guys, but that's okay. Dad, I want to thank you for the advice you gave me. Sometimes I think you didn't really know what you were talking about, but you did. You would also make sure that I had everything I needed. I'm grateful for both of you. Without you two, I wouldn't be the person I am today. I plan on making both of you proud.
All right. First of all, I'd like to thank my parents for always being there for me, no matter the circumstances and stuff. And they're like they're basically my mentors and stuff. They've always like taught me wrong and from right and stuff. And I'd also like to thank God for always being there when times got rough and stuff. Also, I'd like to thank Dean Bob and Dean Dixon for always just being able to talk to and everything. And I'd also like to thank a certain someone out there in the crowd who's always been there and stuff. And she's always been my motivation, everything. And I really thank God for having her be here and stuff. And yeah, that's it.
Mom and Dad, thank you for putting up with me for 18 long years. I don't know what you were thinking. I personally would have kicked myself out years ago. Thank you for giving me all that I needed. You even gave me all the things I wanted, even though you couldn't afford it. Thank you for encouraging me and believing in me when I didn't believe in myself. I wouldn't trade you guys for any other parents in the world, and I don't know what I would do without you. Steven, I'm finally leaving, and you don't have to put up with me anymore when I go to college. I might even miss you a little bit.
Hey Mom, guess what? I'm finally here. Seemed like it's taking me forever, and I want to thank you for everything. But even after I'm making it this far, I still can't find enough words to say what I feel. I want to thank you for taking the time and teaching me the right things to do in my life, and even though many times I fall short of what I should be, you still love me. I'd also like to thank all of my family for helping my mom raise me and for giving me advice through everything. Every one of you has helped me learn so much, and I doubt I'll ever be able to repay you for everything you've done. I love you all, and thank you for everything.
All right, to Mom and Roy, you have been such a good example to me. The patience you've had for me has helped me through life. I know that if I ever needed words of encouragement or anything, you guys would be there. I'm sorry I annoyed you on the car rides with Bobby and Al and stuff like that. And my dad and Laura aren't here, but thanks for being a friend to me. When I felt like I should give up, you'd be telling me to press on. Whatever I wanted to do, you would encourage me to do it wholeheartedly. And to everyone else like Dean Lee and Dean Dixon and Mrs. Tabor, thanks for always being like my parents away from home. I really appreciate it, stuff like that.
Dear Mom and Dad, thank you for always being there for when I needed you. Pretty much, which was all the time. I know it was hard to let your baby go off to school so far away from home, since we do live in Florida, and this is, quite a long ways away. But I think it was the best thing for me. You guys have brought me up the best that you could, and it was hard, and I thank you for all that you've done, and I'm honored to be your son, and I hope that I can live up to your highest standards for the rest of my life. I also want to thank. I also want to. I also want to thank you for bringing me up in church and keeping me there for the reason that has led me to make more good decisions than the bad ones. And to my only sibling, dear Sean, thanks for being there for when I needed you. I remember in our younger years, I was the annoying brat of a brother. And I hope that it has changed for the better. And thanks for giving me your 2 cents on situations, which turns out to be like $1 or $10. It's never 2 cents. It's always more than that. But it turns out that it was worth way much more. And just thanks for bringing my brother. I love you guys.
Okay. To my family, I want to say thank you. This year has been a rough one. I don't think I've ever really had this much stress, but you all were always there. Dad and Perry, I'm so happy for you both. It's been crazy starting off with all of us together, but I think we turned out okay. I'm so grateful for all the support you've shown and given. I couldn't thank you enough. Mom and Joe, thanks for all the long talks and advice you've given. We've all had our fun and good memories. I'm really going to miss that when I go to college, but I'll always look forward to it when I come back. Kylie, Peter, Andy, Jeannie, Ashley, and Joseph, you guys are amazing. I'll miss you all when I leave. To Sheila and Daddy Joe, you guys are amazing. You guys are all have been amazing. You were my parents away from home. Joe, you always made me laugh, and Sheila, you always try to keep me sane. I'll miss you all. To my campus parents, the Soapers, I'm really gonna miss you in all of our visits when we would come up to your house. And then, me and Carrie are our last two. But I just wanna thank you guys so much, and I love you.
Mom and Dad, I would like to take this opportunity to tell my parents how much I appreciate them. All through, they've wanted me to get the best possible Christian education switched through private schools and public schools. Whenever we had the money to pay for Christian education, I was in a Christian school. And we switched from homeschool, and they sent me up here, which, as you all know, costs a whole lot of money. They both taught me the benefits of hard work, taught me how to work and do things for myself, how to be responsible. My dad knows how to do everything. He knows how to fix everything, and he got a great job out here that put me in one of the most beautiful places in the state of Ohio, Camp Mohaven, and it's been wonderful living out there, although it costs a lot of money to come back and forth to school. My mom knows how to do everything as far as computers go. She knows how to type really fast. She knows how to spell every single word in the world. She's always stayed up late and read to us, even when I got older and felt like I was too old to sit around with my family and read. They've always valued family time, and I appreciate the way they've taught me how to work hard. And my little brother, William, we've had so much fun. We've been best friends. We homeschooled together. We fought. We played Nintendo games. In these past few years, my brother has turned from just my little brother into one of my best friends. I appreciate it, William. Also, I want to thank my best friend, Ashley. She's been a wonderful study partner. She's helped me study for all the tests, helped me learn everything we needed to know. She's been there to talk to me, to listen to me. She's been so good to me. Her family, Walter and Darcy and Lindsay, they've all been wonderful to me. They've fed me so many times. I've been at their house all the time. They've all been kind to me. And her grandparents, Joe and B.G. Borchers, they have been so generous to me, always willing to help whenever I needed help. My own grandparents aren't here, but they really inspired me to work hard. They came from times that were harder, and my grandpa just never stops working, just like another man here, Mr. Paul Keeler. They both inspire me to just keep going no matter what, and just to keep working and never give up. And my grandmother has taught me how to enjoy life, and I really have appreciated all of that. The staff here at MVA, I've had a couple allies in the administration office, mostly due to Ashley's good connections. but Mr. Daniels and Mrs. Sutton and Mrs. Tabor, I've really appreciated you guys. Every time I've needed something, you guys have been really accommodating. I've really appreciated all the help. Everyone else who has taught me, all the teachers that I've had, I've appreciated your help. I've appreciated the things I've learned from you. And also my class, the wonderful guys of Hadley Hall. We had wonderful times in the dorm. I appreciate you guys. And I'm thankful to God that he's brought me this far and that I'm finally graduating. And I thank everyone who's supporting me. And I love you guys so much.
I am finally here after it seems like forever. Okay, this is because of so many people that I want to say thank you to. People say it takes a village to raise a child. For me, I think it took like 7 villages. So I want to thank all my villages and everything. Okay, mother and daddy, can you guys please stand up? You guys have been both an anchor and a guide to me. You've given me so much of your life, time, money, energy, gas, sleep, and personal satisfaction in order to make sure that I had all the things I need and many of the things I wanted. I hope I grew up to be the person that you wanted me to be. That's why you worked so hard to make sure I stayed in a good school and a good Adventist education. Even though I have at times been more than willing to do things contrary to what you wanted me to do. And now here's something I thought you'd never hear me say. Thank you for every punishment, whooping, beating, spanking, or pop in the mouth for every smart-aleck comment I have ever said. I just want to say thank you for that. I love you guys, and I want you to ever forget that no matter how far away I get. I just want you to remember I love you guys. I don't know who of these people are here, but
Nay, I want to thank you for being my best friend for so many years and an excellent role model. I'll always look up to you for the courage that you've shown throughout many difficult situations. Jazzy and Big Shrek, can you guys please stand up? Please. Okay, well, they're over there since they don't want to stay. Oh, thank you. Thank you for being like third parents to me and for caring so much about me to the point where you'd sacrifice so much of your time and gas money. No, really, all the numerous tanks of gas that you spent to come see me. Thank you for all your love and support. Big Shrek, you know what I'm going to thank you for, all the boy advice and knocking common sense back into me after my stupid mistakes. I want to thank Ms. Schaefer and Daddy Joe for just being like second parents or third parents, I guess, to me whenever I wasn't near one of my other sets of parents. Anybody else who helped me throughout my whole MVA experience and otherwise, I want to thank you for that. And all you guys back there, you know who you are. Thank you. Thank you so much for everything. Nick, I want to thank you for holding me down in Cincinnati and coming up here to see me graduate. I love you guys.
Okay, first of all, I would like to thank all the staff here for helping me get to where I am today. Also to Joe and Sheila for all the late nights you let me stay and for taking me in as one of your dorm children, even though I'm village. It really has helped me. Chris and Danny, thanks for being my biggest fans and for being goofy little brothers that keep life interesting. I love you. David, thanks for being the best big brother and always looking out for me. I don't know what I'd do without you. I love you. Mom and Dad, thank you for all you've done for me. It's a lot. You've sacrificed so much to give me what I need and to make sure that I would have a good Christian education. You've shown me so much support in my sports, music, art, school, and everything else I like to do. I know you're busy with work, but thank you for taking time off to come to all the games and performances you could. It really means a lot to me. Thanks for encouraging me and telling me that I could do anything I put my mind to, and that I should do my very best in everything. Thank you for helping me to grow up knowing that Jesus is my best friend and that God will always take care of me. And thanks for always being there when I need you. When I had a rough day and needed a shoulder to cry on, you were there. When I was stressed out, burnt out, and exhausted, you were there to pick me up, tell me to go to bed, and help me work through my problems. I know some times have been tough, but we always seem to work them out. I'm sorry for all those times that made you stay up late waiting for me, made you worry, didn't want to listen, or came home cranky, upset, and neurotic. But no matter what happened, your motto was, if you forget everything else, remember I love you. You both are amazing, loving, hardworking, God-fearing parents, and I thank God for blessing me with you. Thank you for setting a good example to live up to and pushing me to achieve my dreams. I love you so much.
Okay. For Mom, you have truly been the support of my success. Your love and understanding have meant so much to me, and I could not have made it through Academy to be standing here today in this beautiful robe if it was not for you. You were always the first person to ask me if I had everything I needed at school over and over again, and jumped to my rescue if someone had done some wrong to me. Even if you always wanted to fight my battles for me, I know it was all because of how much you love me. You were the one who taught me to take care of myself. You taught me to be a clean and organized person, and that I could successfully avoid the freshman 15 by not eating too late at night. Thanks. I remember how you told me that I needed to stay on task and not let things get in my way. I want to thank you most of all for what you did for me when I was young. You sacrificed your own education and career in order to give me and AJ the best gift you could give, yourself. You stayed home with us and gave us a good education throughout elementary school, and for me, my first 2 years of high school. You didn't let your health problems pull you down. You battled cancer and survived. To me, you are truly amazing, Mom. I want you to know that I wouldn't trade that time for anything in this world. No matter what someone might say about you not making a career of your own, I always want you to be able to point at me with pride and say that's where my time and work went, and it was worth it. For everything you have meant and done for me up to this point in my life, thank you, Mom. I love you. For Dad, wow, Dad, it's been a while since you held me as a tiny baby on your arm, and now look how far I've come. You have provided me with the guidance and grounding I needed to be here today. You always taught me not to take life too seriously, which I admit I may have misconstrued on some rare occasions to mean it's okay to procrastinate. You may not know it, but you provided me with the standard for what a man should be like. I would never even consider being with someone who I didn't think could compare with you. You told me that one of the secrets to success in a relationship is to let it go in one ear and out the other, and that's the best thing I've ever learned. You've meant so much to me, Dad. I want you to know that more than anyone I've ever met, more than any pastor or Bible teacher or dean, you have shown me what a real Christian looks like. You're a genuine person with a beautiful character. You're the best father I could ask for. I want more than anything for people to say I remind them of you. You made your life's work to serve as a literature evangelist because you knew it was what God had called you to do. You've worked for 25 years tirelessly with the same energy and passion for it as if it was your first day. And I know that you'll probably do it until you're 100. I admire you, Dad, for choosing this because you've done it willingly, even though I know from my own experience how hard it is and that you could have made much more money doing something else. Dad, thank you for your hard work and good example. I love you very much. For AJ, I know this time is usually reserved for parents, but I wanted to say something to you too. I love you, AJ, more than you know, and probably more than I let on sometimes. From all the memories we have together as little kids to today, you have always understood me best. You're the only other person on this earth who knows what it is like to grow up just like I did. I want you to know that you're a very smart guy with immense talent and potential. As far as I'm concerned, no girl will ever be good enough for you or treat you like you deserve. I know that no matter where life takes us from here, and no matter how much bigger than me you get, you will always be my little brother. I can't wait until the day I see you up here in one of these robes, starting your future just like I am. I love you, AJ, and don't forget that you'll always have me.
I would like to take this moment to express my gratitude to some very special people in my life. I am grateful for my mom and Walter, who took me back and forth from school for several years and never once complained, and for my sister, who has supported me in every situation. I also appreciate my Grammy and Poppy for their endless supply of love and generosity in every aspect of my life. I would also like to thank Christopher for being such a blessing and the greatest study partner and companion I could ask for. And I would also like to thank his family. They have been absolutely wonderful to me as well, and I love you guys too. There are also my friends here at school and several staff members, namely Mr. Daniels, Mrs. Sutton, and the Peronis, who have provided me with wonderful support and have become my second family. It is because of the love and support I received from my friends and family here that I'm standing here today. I love you all, and thank you for making this possible.
There are certain things in life that someone can wish for, but never get. And there are also things that someone always gets, but really never takes the time to fully understand why they got those things. Standing in front of you today, I can truly say that I have always got something I have never wished for. There was no need because it was always there, and that is the love and care that my parents have given me. They have been what makes me who I am today. I know I cannot thank them enough for all that they have done. Mom, Dad, you have been the best people I have ever met. The love that you give me almost seems like it is too much to ask for. The courage and faith you have in me makes me want to do the best I can in all that I do. The intelligence you both possess helps me look deeper into the decisions that I come across each passing day. By being who you are, you have enabled me to know who I am, who I want to become. You have always had so much faith in me, even when I thought otherwise. I don't think it gets any better than having you as my parents. I love you so much, and I'm greatly thankful for all that you have done for me and are still doing. You have helped me grow as an individual and have given me a positive outlook on life. I thank you for that because now I know what I should not try to become a woman of success, but become a woman of value. You have put me, Lindile, Nsalo, and Sinatemba through Adventist schools, and I believe that it is something you will never regret. Having Adventist education so far in my life has helped me gain a closer relationship with Him, whom I should praise for all that He has done, God. You have shown me that no matter if you have nothing or everything, you will always go through great strains to put me through Christian education. And that is something you don't find very often. As I get ready to go through this next phase in my educational journey, I will always remember the sacrifices you made so I could be where I am today. You are my parents, and I would have it no other way. All the things you have taught me will stick with me forever because I know they are a guide to where I want to go. Thank you so much, and once again, I love you.
How you doing? First and foremost, I'd like to thank my Heavenly Father for keeping me alive and giving me the knowledge to complete this first phase of my life. Many times I guess I was supposed to die, but He kept me alive because I believe He has a special plan for my life. Well, I want to thank my mother for sticking by my side my whole life. There she is right there, that beautiful woman. I misunderstood some actions you took when I was younger, but I completely understand now that I'm mature. Please forgive me for the way I treated you when I first became a teen. I love you, and I'm thankful for everything you've done for me. Also, I'd like to thank my father, who is not here right now. I'd like to thank him for helping me with anything I ask him to help me with. We really haven't spent that much time together as I wanted, but I'm grateful for the times you went out of your way to support me in school. I love you, and I thank you for everything you've done for me. Also, I'd like to thank my Uncle Randall and my Aunt Celeste. I'd like to thank Uncle Randall for making all those corny jokes and stuff. And I'd like to thank Aunt Celeste for giving me a good education. I'd like to thank Ruben's parents for keeping me in check whenever my mom wasn't around. Thank you. And I'd like to thank my rich father, Dr. T. Yeah. I really had good times coming over your house and just playing with your toys. And I'd like to thank my boss, Kim Whitford. Could you stand up, please? I saw you sneak in. Yeah, I'd like to thank her because she made my time at work very, very, very fun. And I told people every day I couldn't wait to get to work. I'd like to thank all my freshman buddies, Alex, I'm gonna miss you, man. Lance, I'm gonna miss you too, buddy. And I'd like to thank all my junior buddies all sitting up here in front. I love all y'all. That's right. And now I'd like to thank someone very important in my life, and that's my brother Caleb. I know he doesn't want to stand up, but I mean, yeah, that's my buddy right there. Me and him have been best friends. I mean, we've just been best friends from birth. Like, whenever he'd get in trouble, I'd always get him out of it. And I'm the reason you don't get whoopings every day, man. And I just want you to know that I'm your best friend, Caleb. I'm your best friend. Whenever you got problems, you just call me up. I don't care where I'm at, any time of the day, I'll be right there whenever you got a problem. I love you. I love you too, man. I love you too.
Mom and Dad, I know you've been sacrificing a lot for me throughout my whole life. You sent me to school here, which is a lot of money, and you drove me up here every home leave and brought me home, and it was really nice of you guys to do that because like thank you for all the little things you've done for me. Whenever I needed something, the next day I would call you that night, and the next day you would go to the post office and send it for me, so I would have it. You know, you'd overnight things for me, and I'd like to thank you for. I forgot, but that's okay. When I broke my arm, and you didn't even think twice. You just dropped everything you had and you drove to Columbus. That's a 3.5-hour drive, and you didn't even think twice about coming. You even forgot the camera. To Grandma and Grandpa, thank you for coming here, coming to all our programs and supporting us. I remember when you used to come to our house and play hide and seek and crawl around on the floor with us. That was always fun. Christy. I've never told you this, but I think all my friends know this, and I figured now would be a good time in front of everyone. You're my best friend that I've ever had. I know we argue a lot, and I know I put you out my bedroom window once and lowered you down, and just thanks for everything, Christy, for helping me when I hurt my toe and when this cat scratched me, and I love you all. Thank you.
To Mom and Dad, I'd like to thank you for your efforts and extensive monetary resources expended upon me. I hope you are proud of what you've made. Mom, thanks for your love and devotion, even though it was tough, and thanks for always watching Jeopardy with me. Dad, thank you for the Bible you gave me and for the inspiration to go farther. And thanks for teaching me how to do laundry and ironing. Jake, we're gonna have to find a new ironer. Right, there you are. I'd like to thank my sisters for putting up with me and on my TV, like the History Channel and stuff. I'd like to thank Miranda for getting me out of study hall freshman and sophomore year. I'd like to thank the deans, Dean Bob, Dean Dixon, and all the assistant deans for not really keeping tight ropes on me and not... for keeping me from going insane. And finally, I'd like to thank Mrs. Tabor, who's been my mother for the last 3 years. She was my boss. She taught me handbells, and she just let me come in whenever. Thanks for all the food and oatmeal cream pies. Yeah, that's it.
Maanpa, ek wou vir julle iets besonders gesê het wat julle nooit sou vergeet het nie, of wat julle sou vertel het hoe uiters baie ek julle waardeer. Maar ek kon nie van een van die twee suksesvol regkry nie. Ek het regtig hard probeer, maar nie een van die wat ek geskryf het die paal gehaal nie. Hoe ek ook oor julle voel, kan glad nie beskryf word nie. Wat julle al vir my gedoen het, het geen gelyke nie. Ek wil julle net baie dankie sê, en onthou ek bly maar nog net ekke. En sal altyd julle dogtertjie bly. Dankie vir alles, en dankie dat julle my so mooi geleer het. Ek hoop julle om julle nooit teleur te stel nie. Besides my mother and father, I want to thank my brother and sister. They are the best siblings one can wish for. I will always love and treasure you. Thank you for all you do for me. If it is helping me with my homework, or fixing the computer, which I always broke, or playing or joking around, or driving me around, thanks so much. I also want to thank all my adoptive family here too, especially Oma and Kayla. Uncle Dave and Auntie Kim, I appreciate all of you very much, and each of you individually has added a lot to my life since we have moved here, and I want to thank you for it. You are really very special to me. Another very important and influential person I want to thank is Mr. Lee. You have had a big influence on my life, and I want to thank you for being such an absolute great person. Also, Mrs. Lee, I love your fudge, and I look at my quilt every day, and I still think it's the prettiest one you ever made. Thanks for being my campus mom. You're great. Last but definitely not least, I want to thank all our friends. Kyle, thank you for being a great friend. Also the Haslows, Mrs. Madsen, the Pools, Lou and Alice, the Mackenzies, the Carols, Sandy Richards, and all my church family. Thank you very much.
Mamma en papa, ek is baie lief vir julle en ek wil net vir julle baie dankie sê dat julle altyd soveel vir my opoffer en vir my lief is en alles doen. I want to thank Mr. Lee. Thank you for always putting up with me when I come for help with my math. And also, Mrs. Lee, I really liked rooming with you on senior trip. It was really fun. I would like to thank all our sponsors. You're really great. And also for Kyle, you're a good coworker. I love it. I will really miss you. Also to my brother, thank you for always being there and helping me with my homework. You're the best. And I hope you do the same when we go to college. I would really need that. Also to Auntie Kim and Uncle Dave, you are really great, Auntie and Uncle. And I will really miss you when I go to college, but I will come and visit you when I come back home. Also to my campus parents, Dr. T and his wife, you are really good. You always spoiled me a lot.